You've been in America for months. You talk to people at work, you say hi to neighbors, but you still don't have one real American friend. You smile at your neighbor, they nod, and walk away. You eat lunch alone while your American colleagues laugh at the next table. You go to work events and stand at the edge of conversations, never quite inside them. And the worst part? Your English is fine. You know the words. It is what you are saying and when you are saying it that is the problem. Today, we fix that.
Welcome to LES, the English show built for immigrants. I'm Mr. Jones.
And I'm Leslie. Our mission here is to bridge the gap between knowing English and truly connecting with Americans. It's not just about grammar, it's about culture, nuance, and understanding the unwritten rules of conversation.
Exactly, Leslie. For so many immigrants, the language barrier isn't the real problem. The real challenge is the social barrier. You can order a coffee perfectly, but you don't know how to turn that brief interaction into a real connection. That's why we're here, to give you the tools to build meaningful friendships.
It reminds me of when I first moved here. I brought a box of homemade cookies to my neighbor. He opened the door, said, "Oh, thanks," took the box, and closed the door. I was so confused. In my culture, that would be an invitation to come in for tea. I thought he was being rude, but I later learned he was just respecting my privacy. It's those little moments that can make you feel so isolated.
We'll start with the most important part. Step 1, starting the conversation.
A common mistake is being too brief. For example, saying, "Hello, nice weather today. Goodbye." Americans might think you don't want to talk.
Right. Instead, ask a question that invites a real answer. Give them a reason to keep talking.
"Hey, I always see you here. Do you work nearby?"
Or, is that book a new release? I've been meaning to check that out. Is it good?
Exactly. Or, "I just moved to this area. Do you know any good places to eat around here?"
Now, for step 2, moving from small talk to a real conversation.
A mistake here is asking, "What do you do for work?" too soon. It can feel too direct.
Instead, ask about lifestyle and place. This opens up a real conversation.
"What do you do for fun around here?" "I'm still figuring out the city."
Or, how long have you lived in this city? I just moved here.
"Any hidden gems in this neighborhood I should know about?"
Here is why this works so well. Americans love being the expert on their local area. When you ask for a recommendation, you are not just getting information. You are making them feel valued, like they know something you don't. And that feeling, that is the fastest way to start a real friendship.
That's such a great point.
And that brings us to step 3, suggesting plans.
The biggest mistake is saying, "We should hang out sometime." In American English, sometime is a polite dead end. It almost never leads to actual plans.
It's time for our American translation guide. What Americans say, we should hang out sometime. What it actually means, I am being polite, but I have no intention of checking my calendar. What you should say instead, are you free Thursday or Friday?
Okay, so be specific.
Exactly. Always suggest a specific time, place, or event.
"A group of us are checking out that new exhibit this weekend. You should come."
Or, I've been wanting to try that new restaurant on Main Street. Want to grab lunch sometime this week?
Or, as we just learned, "We should grab coffee. Are you free Thursday or Friday?"
Here are a few extra phrases for emails or texts.
"Hey, it was great running into you. We should definitely catch up soon."
I'm thinking of checking out the street fair this weekend. Want to join?
"Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope everything's going well."
Let me know if you're ever free. Would love to hang out.
And two things that make texting American friends much easier. First, emojis. Americans use emojis to make messages feel warm and friendly. Without them, your text can sound cold. Compare, "Do you want to get coffee Saturday?" versus, "Do you want to get coffee Saturday? Would love to catch up," with a coffee and smiley emoji. Same words, completely different feeling. Second, the 24-hour rule. If you met someone on Saturday, text them by Sunday. The longer you wait, the more awkward it feels. Text them while the memory of meeting you is still fresh.
That 24-hour rule is so important. It is. Now for our final and perhaps most challenging step, step 4, navigating group conversations. It's one thing to talk to one person, but breaking into a group of friends who already know each other, that can be terrifying. It is, but there's a strategy for it. The biggest mistake people make is trying to force their way into a conversation. They either stand awkwardly on the edge or they interrupt with a completely unrelated thought.
Right, you can't just jump in. The first step is to simply listen. What is the topic? What is the energy of the group? Are they joking around or is it a serious discussion? Your goal is to find a natural entry point.
Exactly. Look for a pause in the conversation. When one person finishes a thought, there's usually a small gap before the next person speaks. That's your window. Make eye contact with one of the friendlier faces in the group and nod to show you're engaged.
That eye contact is so important. It's a nonverbal way of asking permission to speak. Once you have that, the easiest way to join is by asking a question related to what they were just talking about.
Perfect. It shows you are listening and that you're interested. For example, you could say, "Sorry to jump in. I couldn't help but overhear you talking about hiking. I've been looking for a good trail nearby. Any recommendations?"
Or if it's a more specific conversation, something like, "That's a really interesting point. When you say the project was challenging, what was the biggest hurdle?" It validates their experience and invites you into the discussion.
These techniques turn you from an outsider into a participant. You're not trying to change the subject, you're adding to it. That's the key. Oh, nice. Where did you move from?
Originally from Brazil, but I've been in the US for about a year now. I love this area.
Welcome to the neighborhood. There's a great farmer's market on Saturday mornings if you haven't been.
I didn't know that. I'll definitely check it out. Maybe I'll see you there. If you have ever heard "we should hang out sometime" and waited by your phone for a message that never came, you are not alone. And now you know exactly what to do instead. Now let's recap some key phrases. Repeat after us. I always see you here.
I just moved to this area.
What do you do for fun around here?
You should come.
Are you free Thursday or Friday?
Let me know if you're ever free. That's your lesson for today. Practice these phrases this week.
Subscribe for a new English lesson for immigrants every single week.
And comment below. We read every single reply.
See you next week. Goodbye.